Hey everyone!
Hello everybody! We are here on Friday afternoon, and what better way to talk about how to survive your miscarriage with Proud Fertility and
Shakti Doula and life coaching.
Okay, we'll get right into it. So, Doula, Shakti, Doula, and life coach. So, Aditi, what do you have planned for us to share with our viewers today?
Well, so I've been thinking about it since Nathan asked me to speak about surviving your miscarriage, and I kind of came up with 5 things that have personally helped me when I went through my own miscarriages, and that I also help when I'm coaching clients that have gone through miscarriage. Number 1 thing is nothing can prepare you for a miscarriage, but these kind of tips can help you get through it.
Okay, so our first tip is honor your body.
Yes.
What does that mean for you?
So for me, that means if you've had a miscarriage, even if it's early on, you need to honor that your body has gone through trauma and that your body is a postpartum body. There's going to be hormonal fluctuations. There's going to be, your body's just gone through a lot, so you need to rest. If you have extra weight that you're carrying that you didn't before, now is not the time to get to the gym. Allow your body to rest, allow it to heal. Treat your body like a postpartum body, because it is.
Take the time. Your body needs it.
Exactly.
Any extension that you have for the men?
For the men who have experienced it with their body, yeah, relax, go for massages, treat your body kindly. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
What's number 2?
Number 2, feel your feelings. This one for me is huge. It's a big part of the coaching that I do with all of my clients, whether you have experienced miscarriage or not. Feeling your feelings. So, do you want to know what that means?
I do.
Okay.
Do share.
So, so basically, we have the tendency in our culture to not feel negative emotions. We live in a society that kind of it's uncomfortable, especially around miscarriage. People are uncomfortable with it. Feeling your feelings means that you are allowing yourself to cry if you need to. Mm-hmm. You are not just trying to get over it and move on and go about your business as you would. This is a loss. It's a very significant loss, and you need to feel your feelings. The only way to make it through something is to go through it. So that means not blocking it and trying to switch it out for a positive emotion. It means if you're having I was about to swear, I don't know if we're allowed on Facebook Live. If you're having a not so good or crappy day, letting yourself just feel that. This is a significant loss. Don't try to just numb it out and switch to a positive emotion.
It's just important to know that, like, when you experience such great losses, whether it's an early term miscarriage or a full-fledged stillborn, that these feelings that you need to feel can exist in many different types of feelings. It's not just only like sadness. It can be anger.
Absolutely.
It can be like this whole like cycle.
It can be blame, anger, blame, all those things, all of those negative kind of.
And really allowing those feelings and being okay with it, at least, is important.
And knowing that feelings are just feelings. They're just that. They're there, and allowing them to come so that they can move through you and release it. Because if we don't deal with our feelings, they will resurface, and they will resurface probably twofold at a later time in your life. So dealing with it while it's happening.
Awesome. Speak your truth. What does that mean? Tell us.
I am a big speaker of truth. So speaking your truth. Speaking your truth means if you're invited to, let's say, a baby shower and you've just had a miscarriage and you don't want to go, even though you think you should, because maybe it's your sister-in-law whose baby shower it is and you feel it's a family obligation and you should. If in your heart you don't want to go, speak your truth. Say no. Do not do anything that would you suggest, no, I'm not going to come, and then tell them the reason, or just say, no, I'm not going to come? No, well, it depends. Sometimes it's up to you. What's going to help you feel that you are serving your best self? So for some people, that might be saying, yes, I've had a miscarriage, and that's the reason. And some people, it's just, no, I don't want to come. Okay. So it's really, it's your truth.
It's important that all your 3 points so far are tips. They're actually leading, and it doesn't have to be in this order either.
No, absolutely. And that's the thing, like the emotions, so going back to feeling your feelings, or even speaking your truth, they're going to ebb and flow, so that you might have a really good day where you're feeling really okay, and then the next day you might not be feeling the greatest, and that's normal, and that's okay. It's gonna ebb and flow, and you should expect that on your journey for probably a long time.
Okay. So with the ebbing and flowing, you have to find time to tell your story.
Yeah, so telling your story. So I have told my story, and I continue to tell my story, and how loss, miscarriage has affected me. Even I'm 3.5 years or 5.5 years past my initial loss, but it ebbs and it flows again, and it changes. And so telling your story, though, can be an extremely, and from I've heard from clients and friends, telling your story is one of the most healing parts.
Very
of
empowering.
Loss. It's very
Exactly.
empowering. It gets your story out there, and what it does is it connects you to other women who have experienced loss,
And men.
other women, men, families who have experienced loss, like you and I.
And the thing is, like, you can tell your story right away when the loss happens. You can tell your story 10 years later, and you can tell your story even when you've had rainbow children.
Absolutely.
So
totally up to you
when
and how you tell your story. But one thing that it does, and what can be very powerful, is that it normalizes the emotions of miscarriage, and it normalizes miscarriage itself.
Because it happens. It's a really normal thing.
And so you're not sitting in the isolation of your home thinking, I'm the only one who's gone through this, what's wrong with me? When you start sharing, you realize, wow, it's sadly more common than we realize.
And I actually do hear that a lot in my practice, because, you know, especially with a surrogate too, in my area, that if you experience a miscarriage, you think, oh my gosh, it's my fault, or I'm the one to blame, or what's another one? My body is broken.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you usually hear in your practice.
That's same. It's the exact same kind of emotions. Absolutely. And so when you connect with other women, men, and families who have gone through it, you realize, okay, well, no, it's not just me, and I'm not broken. This is something that could happened, and it's not me. I didn't do anything to bring this on.
Okay. The last one is, I want to know your perspective with women who are not surrogate moms, and also with surrogates as well. So memorializing your losses. And I do think it would be nice to touch a little bit about this with intended parents too, who are using a surrogate mother. So how, in your perspective, what do you mean by memorializing your losses?
So what I mean by that is having a tangible way in which we remember our lost babies. So whether it's a very early miscarriage or if it's a later miscarriage, whether you are a biological parent or an intended parent or a surrogate, I believe that how that looks for you will look different, but some ideas, like for me personally, I have a quote that I put in my daughter's room, who was my rainbow baby, but I have a quote that has a rock that says the names of my 2 losses and the dates, and it says, there's a light that shines special for you and I. So that's in her room. That for me, so every time I look at that,
does your rainbow child know about it? Or?
She does, yeah, I've told her. Okay. I've told her. And some people, they plant a tree. Some people, well, lots of people get tattoos.
They also get jewelry with different ashes.
Yes, yeah, exactly. There are different ashes. There's so many unique ideas that are out there for
that don't necessarily cost any money either.
Exactly.
So
it could be as simple as just on the date, like memorializing could be you release balloons on the date, that like on a yearly anniversary. It could be it can vary for
it could be a walk, you know, memorializing your losses as part of your community, as you and I have met as well. And so for myself, I actually memorialized my losses by actually making a very extraordinary painting, as I'm an artist, and it symbolized 5 different losses I've had, and for me, I will definitely want to share that with
I would
everybody.
love to see that,
yeah,
honestly.
for sure. I would definitely want to
I would love
that.
to see, because and some people like who are definitely more
Do you think surrogate mothers should kind of memorialize their losses as well? Or?
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, this is if it's comfortable for them, and if they feel that it would help them. That's the point of it, is if you feel like it's going to help you, then do it. There's no rules, and it is a loss. Like, it doesn't matter if you go into the pregnancy knowing that that pregnancy's not going to be, that baby's not going to stay with you. It's still a loss, and if it's affected you, then honor and talk
and you know
about
what's
it.
really crazy? I You know how, have you ever heard that saying when people say, you purchase a pair of pants or a wedding dress and you take a long time you buy it, and you buy home, you're just so quick and you buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with losses, like you lose, let's just say $50, you lose a shirt that you maybe got shrunken up or something, or you lose a baby, like people just expect you not to even talk about it. You don't have that time to lose.
People are uncomfortable with pregnancy loss, with miscarriage, with stillbirth. They're just uncomfortable with it, and that's the message that families who have experienced loss get, is that, well, you should just get over it. And there's no getting over it. You need to get have to go through it. You have to allow your feelings to come up. You have to really honor it, because the death of a baby, death of a child, a loss, there's so many emotions that go with it, and and you need to you have to honor it. It's really hard.
Thank you very much. That's all we have time for, and we hope that you will enjoy this video. Please make sure you like and share. From Proud Fertility and
Shakti Doula Life Coaching.
Okay. Well, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.